episode 25 of the BMF Reverberation podcast on the Confidence in the Klutch network. New media, energy up, health is wealth, man. Y'all know what it is. You know what we came for. Let's get into it. What we know so far, starting with previously on BMF. You know what I mean? Episode 307. Let's get it, y'all. What we have. Meech tells Angel she's out of his circle of trust. They revisit that, what they revisited previously on BMF. Glock goes to Techwood to take over, talking about cutting off heads. The Red Dogs get at Duffy and wants Tim to talk about what went down at Techwood when a lot of people got killed. Henry sprays Jen's pack, killing Detective Amberson. Brian tells Kevin corpse he loves him too. Jen goes undercover at the gambling spot to meet Henry. Markeisha has Vince meet her out when she was meeting T on some jealousy type shit. T told Hoop we flip Henry's distros to them. Meech and T asked who pimped out the boxer's ride when they seen him outside the club in Atlanta. And Meech has a plan for Claude to take things away from Remy. Current episode, Code Red. Type shit. Synopsis, Meech returns to Atlanta to learn that the city and his love now belong to Glock. He is determined to take the city from his competitors, yet he learns to do this in a smart manner. I don't like these synopses. These synopses are kind of whack. They need to do better. I'm mad at the writers this season because some of the stuff they're writing up in here, I don't like. I don't like this synopsis. After watching the show, it need to be. I don't know. We could have delved into other things, but I don't like this. His love now belonged to Glock. He told us he was out of his circle like 2 episodes ago. I get it, but love, they're foreshadowing. So I gotta chill because I don't want to seem like I'm a BMF hater. I spend too much time on this shit to be a hater. I'm just pointing out my inefficiencies and my inequalities in my opinion. That's why I have my podcast where I talk about what the hell I want to when it comes to this show. All right. Recap 308, baby. All right. We at the club. We seeing Angel dancing all on Glock and she looking at Meeks and all this shit. And Duffy added more new cats to the crew, right? Meech told them 1s, 5s, and 10s are too bulky to transport because there's too many of them and all that. So he said, we're going to get back to the community. So let's see Glock over there with all of them and all that. And Meech just like, Vlaka, start throwing everybody. Ow, tack. The women run over there. Niggas like, hey, and all this shit. So he gave everybody in his crew stacks of bills and made it rain in the club. So I want y'all to tell me, is this where Make It Rain came from for Meech? Meech with all the great fucking ideas with the hard-ass right hand. Let me holler at you for a minute. You know what I mean? Meech smart as hell, so he started to want to make it rain. I want somebody to verify that in the comments. I needed to watch some type of documentaries. Maybe I need to watch the BMF documentary, but we've seen it in this show, and he made it rain. So he started that phenomenon. Dope if he did, right? Angels looks like, save me. No, ho, stay over there, and Glock left with her. Like, man, in the life, I always tell y'all the dope dealers, the professionals, and all the athletes and the actors and the rappers all have the same chick. That's why you see cats fighting over chicks. We see the Drake and the stuff sending shots at Ja Morant and stuff over chicks. And like, dog, are we actually not player enough to understand if I had her, you had her, I had her, is my time now? Like, it's new to me. You know what I mean? So I'm not getting into it over a woman, man. Like, ever. Like, that's so childish and immature. Like, if you like her, if your lover, who's it? LL said, if your love is real, you got to handle competition. Y'all need to be loving these women. Y'all just be coochie with. All right. Right? So, saying that to get back to the women that bounce around, they trying to get paid. Like Meech said at the end of the show, Angel, I ain't mad you with Glock. See, Meech a player. I ain't mad you with Glock. I'm mad, you know what I'm saying? I wanted you to do shit for you and ain't nobody telling you what you need to do for yourself and taking your money. Meet your player. You know what it is? All right. We see T at the restaurant with Hoop, and Henry has lost all their distros, right? So she's in debt to the connect. So T is putting the pieces together with Henry killing Peaches to get her plug. So T thinking, how can I get to Henry's plug now? If I got all her distros, she can't move. How can I get to her plug? Meech caught some head in the club from a girl that said, I can make you forget about Angel. Okay. You going to help me forget about Angel by giving me some head, right? And old girl thought giving him some head will make him choose her now. I'm ready to settle down with you after giving him some head in the strip club. Now, that's bird behavior. We're not going to say all strippers is birds, right? I hope not. I don't think so. All strippers are not birds, but come on, B. You thinking head going to get somebody to choose you and wife you and take care of you like that? I don't get so. Right. Oh, I see you married to the game. What's wrong with these women, B? Like, married to the game? I mean, and that's what I be talking about with the show, man. Like, that, none of that shit had to be up in there. That was a wasted opportunity. I'd rather delve into the dark side of where Brian Mental is right now. I'd rather delve into the dark side of what Meech have another conversation about what he really on, but just to have him catching head after making it rain at the strip club and a girl talking about you gonna choose me now, I don't understand that unless you're taking me somewhere. And you're foreshadowing, I'm just a dumb motherfucker over here. I don't understand why that scene was in there. And there's some scenes in here I'm not even gonna talk about. And I shouldn't have talked about that one, but it was there. So, like this one. Y'all got Vince coming in like the police, right? Like, man, this punk ass restaurant nigga. Yeah, you can't handle Marquisha. She a real woman, fine woman. Hold up, fam. Now, you used to run security for Boom, right? So now you finna get at, like they say, for lack of a better word, now you trying to get at Boom's bitch, as Saint used to say, right? He threatened, suck ass nigga. You threatened, I'm gonna tell the IRS on you because I know you in the other shit, nigga. Like, hey, yo, fam, cut Marquisha off because you getting extra heat for no reason. She fucking up shit at the pad. I mean, you ain't even got to chase pussy. Like, honestly, she helped you get shit popping, but get her out of here. She's not worth the trouble. Now you got the police talking about they gonna do the IRS. You got to do extra shit now. Like, you can buy you some new pussy tea. That's what I'm looking at in the show, man. Because you a player. You got too much paper to be going through this for. Man, listen, man. LaWanda is at the crib with the I understand what LaWanda did with trying to get him out the game and all that shit and fucking him up in the previous seasons, but she done came around to support him in the game, so that's all you want from your main thing. Like the new pussy, that shine done wore off, B. So we see Meech outside the club, the Red Dog strips some cat of his dope, and he was like, yo, we got to get our stash spots better. Nigga had it in the trunk type shit, and they was able to strip him. Meech with Duffy telling him, you know what I'm saying, the boys trying to make dope crimes federal. We have to protect the dope and the homies. Of course, Meech has a plan with the stash spots in the car. Lucille is having Bible study at her home with the pastor, and shit is getting to LaWanda. Just bam, 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 bam. These are the three scenes. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. So we see LaWanda crying and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Okay. We know she's finna have an affinity to something, right? So we see Meech meeting with Claude and shit. And he got Cass ready to jump down with Meech, right? So he's like, yo, Meech, we ready? You know what I mean? We ready to do this, take out the MKs, take Techwood, and do whatever, and get Remy, but I need your help. And Meech like, nigga, if you ready to take over this shit, you don't need my help with that shit. I'm coming in to do what I got to do, give y'all this work. I'm not there to help convince motherfuckers that they need to roll with you, though. That's your job. He's like, I'll meet them, though, to help you out, but really, nigga, that ain't my job to do this shit. But just because you 10 toes down with me, I'ma fuck with you, cuz. Stand up nigga. That's crazy, though, because if they don't like Meech, I'm watching the show, like, if they don't like Meech, or what Meech is talking about, they can blow Claude out the water and go to Remy. So that's not a smart move by Claude. And if Meech trying to make a power play, that shit can blow back up because Remy can get at Claude and be like, nigga, I know you ain't stepping off. And then Claude can set Meech up. I'm just, the gang. The gang. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, it's fire, nigga. Confidence in the Klutch Productions, baby. Brian is at the crib and was going to go in Kevin's room. He got his bottle with him and he couldn't go through, man. Telling you, we got children suffering mental health issues and all that stuff and depression and anxiety and suicidal ideation and shit. That shit, man, I'm glad they touching on that because there's a lot of people going through it and a lot of people ain't saying nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking about starting a support group for parents that go through that shit because, you know what I mean, not saying as adults we haven't been there before, but it's at a heightened level with the children, so we got to make sure we support the children. Brian apologized to Kev, and then Jen knocked on the door and shit, and, you know what I'm saying, Brian like, man, my son is dead because of T, Meech, and Henry. Is the reason Kevin dead. And I said, hold the fuck up. You had the gun for B. Mickey to try to get me, B. Mickey, to flip on T and Meech. You didn't have to have that motherfucking gun in the safe, nigga, at the crib. You could have kept that gun somewhere else, nigga, at a different hiding spot. You chose not to. Kev got to it over the bullying shit because you pulled B. Mickey off his detail that B. Mickey was fucking niggas up, right? For Kev. Kev felt unprotected, nigga. That ain't on Meech and them. But okay. This shit more on Henry, because you was working for Henry, Henry Daddy and all that shit, and they played you, nigga. So Jen wants them to bring them peace, right? Says they got work to do. We can get all the motherfuckers. So we see him on the stakeout. And Tyson, that's Henry's cousin, main man, right? So Brian, like, I got him. And Jen going undercover. And Brian, like, yo, I told you can't go undercover with her. He don't trust Jen with that. But Brian, you can't be nowhere around that shit because Jen is undercover for real, right? But he don't want to go undercover without no backup. And he was like, I can't take another loss. And he switched it. Like, we can't take another loss. But he you know, he got an affinity for Jen. He likes Jen. You know what I'm saying? Remember, they got it in and shit. And we're going to see how this shit play out, though. You'll see how this shit play out. They're going to make another little Jen then. You know what I mean? T went to go ask, what's his name? Was it Steve or Sean? About something, right? And he got the idea about he seen the scratch off lottery ticket, like that's fake or that's real. Like, no, this real, man. We just hope motherfuckers don't win because we got to pay that money out to them. It's like, huh? So I'm lost. I was lost for a minute, didn't want to rewind what I missed because it was late, but paying the winning amount. So T, I'm like, what, T gonna sell lottery tickets out the restaurant? Like, no. So I'm like, I had to watch a little bit more because it wasn't adding up all the way. But no, he ain't selling lottery tickets out the last restaurant. He's got a plan. T smart as fuck. To remind y'all, these cats like 19, like if Meech older than T, right? Right? They both dropped out of high school. So Meech might be like 20, 21. T might be like 18, 19. Dog. The level of intellect and the moves they make, how smart and calculated these niggas are, man, they don't make niggas like this no more like that. Man, you know what I mean? Ain't really gun-ho, ain't really with a whole bunch of violence. They try to outthink stuff and do things politically and try to align and make shit better and get everybody on the same page to get the money, man. Man, them brothers was smart for their age, dog. You got to give it up. And that come from the crib and whatever school they was at. Them brothers are some thinkers. We see Lucille back at the crib. In the past, like, man, that's why I want to make you assistant pastor, man. You earned this shit. And she like, yeah, I got to pray on the sister, got to pray on the sister. I don't know why Lucille half-stepping, but just come on. And LaWanda like, you know what? Y'all made me think about some things. I can't sit around here waiting for T as much as I want to. I got to move on from my family and do things for me. And, you know, that's right up Lucille Avenue because she waited around for Charles to come up, and Charles had never come up, and she feel like she wasted her life because she wished she would have had another do-over with how she did things. Right? As far as getting married, having the kids. Remember, I told y'all, when you say you wish you could do things differently, you're telling your kids they're fucking mistaken, even though they were a mistake in your eyes. How do you think that makes that kid feel? Don't have no, you know what I'm saying? You don't want them to follow in your footsteps without saying and making the child feel like they're a mistake. That's what I have to say. So LaWanda wants to go to cosmetology school. Lucille co-signed it. Don't want her to get caught up like her. I'm all for it. Charles come in happy than the motherfucker grinning. Got recruited. All right, man, they recruited me to play for the Blend. I got a recommendation and all this shit for this church rock group type shit, right? Charles asked Lucille to come to the show, and she said, "Can I bring Maurice, dog?" I was ready to be done. I told y'all I've been done for a while, dog. Y'all can't have her talking to her husband like that. B, that shit ain't cool. That shit ain't cool. That's still her husband. Show that man some respect. Show him some respect, man. Y'all can't have her talking to Charles like that, man. I don't respect that shit. I don't respect it. Can I bring Maurice? You still married. We still in the same house. Now, y'all can't make Lucille disrespectful like that, man. Y'all got to stop that. Ryder, stop that shit, man. That shit ain't cool. That shit ain't cool. I don't appreciate that at all, B. For real. For real. Because when y'all do that, y'all make Charles look like he a sucker. And I ain't with that shit. So we see Nikki in the car, freaking with her friends outside the store and shit. Like, her friends in the front seat just freaking, just kissing and shit and all this shit. She in the back with homeboy. and all that shit. I don't know homeboy name. I gotta figure it out though. He put a note out of his pocket, and it's the innocence of the children and shit, right? Like, I've been wanting to get this to you and shit, the innocence of the children. And he like, yo, you want to be my woman and shit? Yes or no? You want to be my boyfriend? And she clicked the yes shit and gave him a kiss and shit. That was all right. You know what I mean? As a father, your children gonna do shit after you tell them not to and shit. Like, they ain't got time to be nobody boyfriend or girlfriend because of shit we went through, right? The problem is these kids go through so much toxic, raggedy shit that we don't want them to go through that toxic, controlling, verbal, mental, physical abuse they go through, and then they go through it and shit. And man, sometimes it can be life or death. That's why we don't want our kids to do the same shit. Just date a motherfucker. Don't be trying to fall in love. But once that sexual intercourse comes into play, they don't know how to feel about it. And man, it's a whole lot of shit to go with that, man. So try to prolong that shit as long as you can so their brain can develop so that they can make better informed decisions, man. So I hope Nicole is okay and she can handle her shit and don't feel peer pressure throughout the show, even though she went and took them birth control pills, so she might be getting ready to go all the way with homeboy. Meech and Duffy at the chop shop in the door with the new stash spot. The man was like, yo, they never check the passenger side. They always check the driver's side. Right here is where we can do it at. And Meech was like, nigga, if this shit work, nigga, we can get you straight. We can get you straight. A lot of money coming this way. That's never going to work, nigga. But okay. So Nikki's guy, back to Nikki, is talking about Nikki's guy she with now, with his guy that was in the front seat. They coming through the store, the same store that T was at, talking to his man about the lottery tickets, right? So T in the back, like these niggas, this guy talking about, yeah, man, Raw's the best, but you got to use these rubbers, cuz. And T laughing at them niggas. I'm like, hold up. That's Nikki little guy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then they had drinks and shit. Didn't know they was up in there drinking. T came out. Hey, get the fuck out the car, nigga. Like, he shut the whole shit down. Nikki guy like, hey, man, come on, man, chill. Nikki guy, T told Nikki guy, nigga, I'll beat the shit out of you and make you piss in the wrong direction. Like, damn. But T, you know what I'm saying? It's not that T talking like that to a little kid. T is trying to exude that force and the respect. The nigga, this is my little sister, nigga, and you ain't gonna whatever, let me get her the fuck up out of there. And Nikki pissed. But T did the right thing because you drinking back in the car. They talking about fucking and shit. Nah, we ain't finna do it like that. I made my mistakes. I don't want you. Hopefully Hov did that so you don't have to go through that. That's what Hov said, right? So, oh man, we see Claude, right? Claude is with his homies telling them about what Meech talking about, man. We get Pure Way. We get Remy out the way. They're like, what about Remy, though, nigga? We gonna take over Techwood. We gonna take out the MKs. We can do this shit, right? Remy living in the old days, nigga. We can take Atlanta over. Remy came in. Hey, man, fuck Meech, Mike. Fire claw and this shit. Cut off a piece of his tongue, threw it on the table at the cats, and stabbed him in his motherfucking throat. Man, in front of everybody, dog. Talking about, we ain't fucking with Meech, y'all the MKs. I don't even want real Atlanta cats behind me, man. These punk motherfuckers ain't coming in. These punk motherfuckers ain't coming in here taking over. Look at him. He looking like Meech, too. Hey, Claude was flying in the bitch. He had his silk on the shit. You know what I'm saying? Silk, rayon shit, whatever he was. Satin shit, man. Player, man. Clown old Remy, nigga. You just lost because them niggas ain't fucking with you. You just killed your mans. Why would they fuck with you? You just killed your mans over like, yo, what we trying to do? You know what I mean? So, and you losing. MKs run Techwood, nigga. So they got to be loyal to you. And that's your mans. Crazy as fuck, dog. Crazy as fuck, man. Remy, you just lost. Woo. Excuse me. So we see the Red Dogs go through somebody else's car and they look through the driver door and they put baking soda in it. So remember, Meech said, we going to see if this stash spot in the door is going to be worth it. And they had his man ride around and give it a test run, and he got whooped a little bit, but the baking soda, no charges, nigga. But they know we can't go through the driver door, right? So we know that stash spot ain't going to work. Tyson. We see Tyson telling Henry about the cartel, wanting their money and shit, right? And her uncle comes through that we seen with Blaze and shit all the time and gives her what she owes. He like, you can't tell that your dad, though, Unc doesn't like the way Blaze treats her after all that she's been through and all that shit, right? So Blaze wanted her to go to school and be better than him, no, not be a motherfucking murdering dope dealer and shit. I'm a police, I'm a politician, we got all this paper and shit, and you want to, it's just done. And Henry, like, professor, like, I'm done with my daddy type shit. It's always the ones that got the shit the right way that can go and be better than what your parents laid out. But you got your own gangster shit you want to go through, man. It's identity issues and shit, man. Because that fast money don't last long. Dead or in jail, it is what it is. I ain't never seen too many retired dope dealers, man, that was heavy in the game. They got too many battle wounds and war wounds. And yeah, they comfortable now, but they don't have all the shit that they had when they was at the top of their game. You know what I'm saying? So then they got people that they done lost in the struggle that they wish they could bring back. Fuck with it, you know what I mean? Crazy. So we see Charles at T. I didn't know T cut hair, T cutting hair, shit. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers can do everything, man. Charles told T, you know what I'm saying? Dr. Maurice is getting in the way of keeping him and Lucille together. Nigga, your dick got in the way. You wanted some of that Mabel. Everybody wanted some of Mabel. That dark skin, good looking and shit. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted some of Mabel, fam. And you want to get nothing from Lucille. I get it. You're a God-fearing man. No, I get it. Charles asked T if he had any extra work around the restaurant because he wanted to try to take care of moms better. T gave him dough and said, "This advance, nigga. I'll take care of you, Pops," which is dope. Plenty bread, though. So Charles is trying to outspend Reach. Nigga, you can't do that. That shit is not sustainable. This motherfucker a doctor, nigga. You can't outspend, dog, getting odd jobs at your children's work, nigga. Then he told T, nigga, I'm just trying to do this to keep Lucille happy and shit, because, you know, he tricking on Lucille, doing all this shit. That's what Reese did. And T said, shit, I'm trying to keep my mama happy as well, too, Pop, so I got you, nigga. So, my thing is, them niggas ain't never had mad, though. You don't agree with what the boy's doing, but you'll take the dope money to keep your wife happy. Make it make sense for me. Are we God-fearing people, whatever, what we doing? You can't. You got to get down, Charles, because this shit could be easy. Meet you, them will take care of you motherfuckers. Meet you, them take care of you motherfuckers. That 1 foot out, 1 foot in shit gonna get y'all ass in trouble, you and Lucille now. Then we see Meech call T talking about they need to get new stash spots in the car and they need to go to Miami, like Mac the boxer said, to see his man Francois, nigga. So we see the Red Dogs running through Techwood, fucking with everybody through the whole project, planning drugs and everything. They went through my little man's crib and shit, tearing up shit. Like, man, we see Glock watching and shit, and he's like, yo, man, he told this guy, like, Techwood is too hot. Hey, meet me in Miami, but kill Meech first before you come. And Angel in the car with him and heard everything, right? Of course she heard everything. We know what's going to happen, right? We know what's going to happen with that little, see what she can do, what she can get real quick. Riding through the city, get knocked out of shit. Sitting on 32 bricks. Have you ever seen a kilo, man? Tia Marquise at the gambling spot, right? Ain't no other gambling spot they can go to. That's the same. Some of this shit be like, yo, they be in the same spot. Like, I don't understand the whole. We just had a shootout with the MKs and we back at the Platinum Palace, right? Cause ain't that on site killing shit? So the gambling spot, all the shit going on with Henry, ain't that on site killing shit? Okay. T broke down an elaborate ass scheme that he got with his guy, right? So his man name is Sam or something, I believe. He said people that win at Sam's restaurants. He got restaurants and liquor store all throughout Detroit. They can go to the lottery commission in Lansing, or they can wait for someone for half an hour. We're going to come buy your ticket from you plus 10%. And niggas like, oh, everybody going to do that shit. He going to get them their money. He going to pay Sam for the plug. And then he going to get a lottery ticket to Hoop's cousin, who buys all their jewelry, cars, houses, all that shit under the nose of the IRS. T is smart as fuck. This nigga too smart, dog. Too smart, man. Damn, if it wasn't a dope dealing shit, nigga, he could be doing some major shit. But it is what it is. Marquisha's a bird, though. I told you could be a boss. You're better off without Mitch T. Like, man, get her the fuck out of here, man. Either she's, well, we've been talking about this all day with this show, with this episode. My episode 25 of the BMF Reverberation podcast on Konfidence and Klutch Network. They're foreshadowing, and she's telling what's going on in the future, what's going to have to come, or she's deceptive as fuck, and we could buy a new bitch, man. In that realm, that's how they talk. I can buy me a new one. I can buy me a new one. I can buy me a new one. Meech, we see Meech. He say he's putting all the pause on the work until they get more sellers. They ain't got enough distros for all the work they got. He switched out the coke for the baking soda with his guy. Duffy told Meech MKs at Techwood got caught up in shit. So 2 strippers tell Meech they got a hotel down the street, and he's like, y'all need to stretch. So we know what it is. Meech is there waiting on Claude. Meech, 2 random ass strippers tell you they got a hotel down the street and want you to come. Meech. Demetrius Flannery. Make it make sense, Meech. You know what I mean? Make it make sense. Don't go to that motherfucking hotel, but of course. So we see Charles playing with the band. And Lucille came through, right? The fuck was that? So afterwards, one of the band cats came through and told Charles to holler at him, man, I need to learn how to play that shit. And Lucille was like, yo, nigga, you know I was gonna be here, nigga. You hot, nigga. You hot right now, nigga. Yo, hey, man, hey. And he can write songs too, nigga. She's been the best cheerleader in America. Hey, he wrote a song for me called To the Motherfucker. I thought they was gonna tell Charles to go out there and do that shit. But he was like, oh man, hit me up. He got a business card, so Charles gonna come through and hopefully his music shit get to popping, man. Here's where I got a problem. Every scene that Lucille and Charles have can't be about them figuring out how to get back together. Either they're gonna be together or not. Lucille, you telling me you gotta make a choice. How that feel? I didn't make a choice with Mabel. I was just fucking Mabel. I was gonna come right back. You wasn't fucking me. Like, they got a real ass conversation, man. So then she said, because she gave her real ass conversation, why we can't have Charles give his real conversation? I only fuck Mabel because you wasn't fucking me. That's all that happened. That's all. She was throwing the pussy at me. You wouldn't give me no pussy. Lucille? Why we can't have a grown ass conversation about it, man? Whew. All right. So Vince is at the gambling spot and walk up to Marquisha and T. This nigga's so disrespectful because he the police and shit. Because T told Hoops, hey man, watch this nigga, man. So T ran down Vince's whole day from him, nigga, all the shit he do. Yeah, we watching you, hoe ass nigga. Marquisha love that shit, ate that shit up, right? Marquisha gonna get T in some extra shit that he don't need to be in too. So we see Henry and Jen out at a bar drinking and shit. They had 2 bottles of champagne and shit. We get info on Henry. Her mother died while giving birth to Henry, and that's why she says her dad hates her for that. Your dad hates that you want to be a dope dealer, murderous motherfucker instead of do the right thing and be in the art and selling shit and doing all this other shit that he has set up for you. What the fuck are you talking about? But whatever, it's your life. You can't tell the offended how they should feel. We seen 2 beat cops come in and they know who Jen is and shit. And remember, Jen, I mean, she can't be seen out with Henry, but motherfuckers don't know who Henry is. She ain't want nobody to blow her cover. So she leaned in and kissed Henry to stay in cover and shit, right? Now I ain't seen Henry so chill. She really liked Jen and shit, right? She really liked Jen, little ass and shit. Leading her on like a motherfucker. So we see T at the restaurant and he met with Henry's cartel people, right? His man Sam introduced him. T says they have limited supply. I know y'all got limited supply because what y'all giving her. He's like, I got a better product and more of it at a better price. I can get y'all, I can supply y'all with y'all shit, what y'all got. Only thing is, y'all got to cut Henry off. And they're like, shit, they agree. Shit, you made a business proposal we can't turn down. Damn, T. What I'm telling you, T is the motherfucking man. T is the man. That's what I'm saying. Them 2 niggas together, if they wasn't, him and his brother, like, they wasn't beefing and shit, T is the motherfucking man. He done made so many good-ass plays. This episode is just performer of the episode and shit, motherfucker. So how is all this beef going on? Meech walking outside. The cars are back to back to back to back. Ain't nobody out there watching Meech. He got all the killing they done did, right? So we see Angel. What the fuck? Hold up. Okay. Yeah. I missed that spot. I missed the spot. Hold up, y'all. I gotta go back. After the Henry shit and Jen kiss and shit. Meech, like, after he come back and they talking to shit, Meech got a bottle server sent over to the table, right? And he put the ice in the cup, ice in the cup, ice in the cup, and it's a head up in the cup. It's Claude's head. Remy walks over, yeah, how ass nigga. Yeah, I mean, Remy crazy as fuck, y'all. How do they keep having tense ass scenarios at the place? I'm telling you, wouldn't guns come out right then and there? This nigga got a head in an ice bucket in the club. How you do that shit, nigga, at the Platinum Palace, nigga? You told them, let me get this and fill this up with ice and put a head up in there. What type of Platinum Palace? What the fuck are y'all doing, nigga? Like, yo, then y'all gonna send it to my table as much money as I spend up in here? Fuck y'all. We ain't going to Platinum Palace no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, B, we wouldn't be going back to that restaurant, all right? All right? So, after that shit, Meech's mind kind of fucked up. Meech leave. Angel walks up, right? Meech, I want to warn you that Glock is planning to do something to you. And I just want to let you know that. And I'm going to Miami with Glock type shit. And he had she had a Detroit hoodie on. Oh, so you got my hoodie on still? Yeah, because it smells like you. Oh, okay. You know, I appreciate you looking out for me though. You know, I know you're doing your thing. I ain't mad at you for that. You're not mad at me for fucking with Glock? No, I ain't mad at that shit. I'm glad you're making your own decisions over what you want to do. It's all good. I appreciate the lookout though. And she did look out. So we see Jen at Henry's, which she's playing with fucking fire. Henry pulls her sleeve and see her burn marks and asks why did she do that? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's all good, but why'd you do that? Jen says, if she punishes herself, no one else could ever hurt her. Damn. Self-harm, man. And I'm glad they're showing self-harm in the 90s and shit. You know what I'm saying? The shit that happened back then. We think this shit is new. This shit ain't new. Shit from these clothes, man. That shit ain't new. And then, you know, Henry trying to go in for the kill, right? And she's like, I should go. You know, I should go. And here we go with the corny ass Henry shit. Jen said, I should go. And Henry said, wouldn't you rather come instead? Come on, man. Stop having her talk like a white dude, man. Stop having her talk like a white dude. Wouldn't you rather come I should go. Wouldn't you rather come instead? Stop, man. Stop. So we see a hotel door. Somebody come in with a key, right? We see Meech up in there, right? So Glock's man is in there and come in just straight blast and pops one of the girls straight in her chest. Bow. So Meech, it took him a while to get on the floor, but he get this gun, bow. They empty out the clips, both of them. Then they get tussling and shit. You know what I'm saying? Meech pistol whip the cat bow. The cat get the champagne by the bow. Meech, they tussle, spin. Meech throw the cat out the window, killing him. Right? Meech know the chick set him up. I was waiting for him to throw one of them other bitches out the window too. Shit, if that's what you gonna do, they set you up, Meech. Meech calls T and tells them they got to go to Miami for the stash spots. Duffy ain't with it, though. Like, nigga, you know you going to their home turf, right? And then we see Bryant, who's stalking Tyson, right? Hold up, though. Hold up. You going to Miami after just killing Glock's main man, right? It's a lot of shit going on, man. There's a lot of shit going on, but Meech is a leader, so I ain't sending nobody to do what the fuck I need to do. That's why Duffy was like, yo, man, I don't know. All right, boom. And then we see Brian outside stalking Tyson, right? And Brian like, fuck this shit, man. Somebody got to die. You look like you ready to kill a motherfucker, right? So they fight and Brian kills him. Bruiser, nigga. You look like Bruiser, too. That's what Kevin needed him to do because, like Jen and them said, yo, Tyson on the logs was there when Kevin got his protection. The last day before Kevin self-transitioned, Tyson was there to pull the protection. You know what I mean? Bruiser, nigga. Yeah. And that's where we at. All right. Following episode, trailer predictions, what we see. They give us the mental health number, okay, because they showing a lot of shit that's going on that might be triggering. Meech and T is in Miami to get the stash spots together. They link up with Mac, who tells them they have to come out to the club. You can't come to Miami, don't come to a certain club, right? And they see Angel dancing, and the MKs is there, and they had their guns, yo. Final thoughts, yo. Now we getting to it. Okay, now we getting to the money. It's ramping up real fast. We got 2 episodes left. I'm feeling it. They can take some of that shit away and make it better. Can we be done with the Flannerys for a minute, though? I don't give a fuck about Lucille and Charles and Reese and all that shit. I don't give a fuck about Nikki, none of that shit right now. I need this shit to be focused these last 2 episodes on T and Meech and all the shit that's going on. Because I want to know how in the hell will Meech kill Glock and Remy? Because neither one of them are going to come around to Meech's side, right? Remy has made the wrong move, not fucking with Meech, though, because it was principled from his perspective, but he should have did it. But he's standing 10 toes down. He killed his man. He losing too much by not fucking with Meech, where they can take out MKs together, right? And that's it. I don't. As far as all the other shit, I really ain't worried about it. I just want to see these two and the progression, because T made the play, because Henry got to die too. Like somebody, Glock, Remy, or Henry got to die in the next 2 episodes, and maybe even 2 of them. Because they introduced Henry, and Henry came in really good. They introduced Glock, and he came in really good this season. So it was cool with what the fuck is going on. They introduced Remy from last season. So we need another antagonist that somebody got to die and shit, though. That's what it is, man. Let me know in the comments, man, what y'all think, what y'all saw. You know what I mean? Man, because this shit is going now. I'm a little bit happier. I still hate the Thursday night knowing we got to go to work the next day to watch that shit, though. Need them to fix that shit, but it is what it is, man. Let me know in the comments, man. Appreciate every single one of y'all for listening or watching. Get your confidence together, get your clutch together. Listen to and follow the network on various platforms, confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com, wherever you listen to your podcast. Follow, share, rate, review is important. Follow us on X and Instagram at K&K. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Clutch. Weekly, Donald Nelson, D-Nell, Dizzle, Deezy, Deez us, Deezy D, Deezos, Don P, Don D, Little D, Don Rilla Digger, is the host of the BMF Reverberation podcast, the Confidence in the Clutch podcast about the acclaimed TV series BMF. Have a safe and healthy night. You're listening during the daytime. Credit great day on purpose, y'all. Take care of your mental health. Take care of the mental health of your loved ones. Be there. Be present, y'all. Peace. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
Confidence in the clutch.